What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Catfish Motorsports. I'm Jeremy. Now, I don't consider myself a product review channel, but I recently upgraded my engine hoist with this combination pneumatic hydraulic power ram here, and it's really cool. And it was only, I think, $107. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of it. We're gonna have a race between the pneumatic section and cranking it the old-fashioned hydraulic way. We're gonna use this brand new used 4L80E I bought off Facebook Marketplace as ballast, and we're gonna see how much the thing's actually worth. I think it's gonna win a lot, but I don't know. We'll find out. So basically what's going on here is you have your standard Harbor Freight 8-ton power ram. However, in this case, we've got this little pneumatic box hooked up to it. And if you have air, like I do, you just hook your air hose up to it, and then you press this little button, and it goes up faster and easier than sitting here going crazy with this thing. Little backstory, in my case, I was selling an engine, and I was helping the guy, went to help the guy load it, and found out that my old ram was dead. So I had to run to Harbor Freight real quick. I was just going up to buy a replacement, and then I found out that they have these in stock. Now, I think I had seen this one time before. I'd been considering one, but in this case, it was only $20 more or $30 more than the standard ram. At the end of this, it's a no-brainer, especially if you guys are like me and your hoist is maybe 10 years old, maybe your old ram's starting to leak a little bit. You can't beat it. You really can't. We're gonna show you. Like I said, super simple. Hook your hose up to it. Now, it really only works up, but I am going to show you guys a little trick that I found out with it afterwards to help you a little on the way down, even though it doesn't really control down. Now, another big benefit that this has if you're like me and you work by yourself a lot is all of a sudden now, instead of having to hoist from over there, I can be standing over here because now I have extra reach, and I can control this some as, you know, I'm bringing an engine out trying to make sure it doesn't wreck my firewall or smash into the core support or something. So most people who buy this are gonna buy it because it's easier and they're lazy, but this is actually a pretty big deal for me too, and probably a lot of you guys out there as well if you work by yourself most of the time. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this transmission all the way on the ground, pull it up so the chain's just kind of tight so we're starting at the same point every time, and then I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see this, but I've drawn a big fat red line and a permanent marker. Hopefully that doesn't wash away when it goes down. But we're gonna drop this all the way down, then we're gonna come up to where we can see that red line again. That's gonna be our mark. Before I start, I've got my phone back here. We're just gonna start the stopwatch. We're gonna go once all the way down and jack it manually, and then we're gonna go once all the way down and bring it up to pneumatic. I'll put it on fast forward so you guys don't have to watch me in real time, because this is probably gonna take 2 minutes. That's honestly why these are such a cool deal, is because anybody who's ever had to take, you know, a heavy engine all the way off the ground with one of these, it takes a long time. You're putting in some real work to get this thing in the air. All right, so we're flat. We're gonna start with the old-fashioned cranker up with the handle. Hopefully that mark doesn't wash away. I don't think it will, but we'll see. So we've just got it taut, but we're all the way on the ground. We're gonna start. Here we go. All right, took me a second to get over here. I stopped it at 59. Real number was probably like 57.5. Honestly, it's a little quicker than I thought, but that's also not all the way up. If you were trying to get an engine over, you know, a core support, you're gonna need to get at least 8 inches higher than that on most cars, probably a little higher. You know, if you got a big truck, you're probably cranking for another 45 seconds a minute on that thing. Now, we're gonna put it back down on the ground. We're gonna try the air hose. We're gonna see how much faster it is. I bet it's gonna be significantly, and I know it's gonna be a lot less effort. I gave that one all I could too, like I can't really crank that much faster. All right, so same deal. Transmission's all the way on the ground. Let's pull it up just so it's taut. We're gonna go to the red line, and here we go. That's a pretty definitive victory right there. 27.20, so I probably stopped it at 26. That is less than half. The other one was 57 to the same red line. So 26 times 2, 52. That's pretty good. Not only was it faster, it was a hell of a lot less effort, I can tell you that. And I'm in a reasonably decent shape right now. There's times in my life where I would have had to stop and take a break doing all that pumping before. All right, one last trick I've learned with this thing. So we've shown you how much faster it is, we've shown you how much less effort it is. And again, if you need a new RAM anyway, it's only $20, $30 more. I can't remember exactly. I think it was $80 versus $107 I paid for this. Now you can't control down, but what you can do is loosen it up so it's coming down and then hit the button. Depending on how wide open you have it, it'll slow it down even more, or it'll come to a complete stop. So you can kind of have it creeping down, hit the button, it'll stop, and then you can make adjustments if you have to, like if you're trying to lower an engine in by yourself and sit it on the stops. So you can see we're just kind of creeping down right now. That was actually low enough that it'll still go up. Let's go down a little bit faster. So now it's going down pretty good. Even that, holding the button did raise it. It just raised it really slow, but if nothing else, you can stop it. Then you can get in here and make some manual adjustments to try to get an engine to sit just right down on the engine mount. Pretty cool. Again, when you're working by yourself, you have this extra reach, and it's something you can do. You could put an extension on here and get even more reach with this. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you guys out. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.